Disclaimer: all topics in this video are alleged and allegedly, and they are strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Hey, Evans, I do watch you. When you been doing your post about me, great job.
How are you?
What's going on?
Nothing. How are you, Jay Evans?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Blessed and highly favored.
Okay, you look good, Gucci.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, come through, Belle. You know I love you on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be a part of your show this evening. For you guys to get to know a little bit more about Gucci and about my
Yes,
family and about real estate, fitness, whatever you want to ask. Hey, I'm here for it.
yes, Gucci. Okay, because you know I got my questions together, sis. So I'm gonna ask just that. Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, y'all. So Belle Collective is a show that I love. I grew up in Jackson. I stayed there from the time I was a teenager to like 2016. And I love it. I love you and Aikishia. I think y'all are just bringing an extra flavor.
Thank you. We trying to bring it. We trying to bring it. The new bells, we catch a lot of slack now. I mean, we
Oh,
catch a lot of stuff from the baby, so.
y'all ain't even new no more to me. Y'all like OGs because y'all just came right on in, baby.
Hey.
So listen, y'all, we're going to discuss this past week's episode, number 7, titled Not Model Behavior. We're going to get to know more about Sogucci, from real estate to fitness to those solo confessionals, baby.
I be
She
letting it.
So we're going to start the discussion off with blended families. And let me give y'all a couple of facts before we start. According to verywellfamily.com, the 4 biggest problems blended families face are sibling rivalry, kids' need for attention, step parenting, discipline issues, and lack of family bonds. Now, according to the U.S. Bureau Census, every day there are 1,300 blended families formed. 40% of families in the United States blend with at least one partner having a child from a previous relationship. Now, this episode, to me, we see you being funny, being outgoing, but we really went into your home more. Now, you shared that you lost your mom at 6 and your dad remarried. What was it like for you growing up in a blended family?
Well, it was a young age. I was at a young age when my mom passed, and I couldn't really understand. And for me, I was that rebellious child against my stepmother. I didn't want to accept her. My question was, where was my mom? Why is she here? Because I still couldn't understand. I was 6 years old, couldn't understand death and why she had left. And I was so confused as a child growing up. So I was very resentful toward her. I was, would do little things that I shouldn't. I didn't. As I got older, I began to realize, oh my goodness, it was not only hard for me. I was worried about my feelings about my mom, but it was hard for her also to try to come into a family where a little girl's mom had passed, and I knew she had to step in to be their stepmom, and I really didn't understand that. And as I got older, God did the role switch. He
Yeah.
like, hey, you're gonna be that step parent. Let me show you how these kids are feeling. So it was hard for me at first, but I got the best relationship with my stepmom ever. I even, as I got older, I even went to her and apologized for all the different things that I apologized for being that child that was disobedient, didn't want to listen. I was only trying to figure things out. And when I was growing up back then, you know, getting cancer was it was looked upon like, oh, you crazy. So, you know, a lot of Black families didn't see counseling. We just had to tough our way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference now. And as I met Jay, you know, Jay has 3 beautiful girls. I got 2 beautiful kids. He got Sanjay and Star and Sky, and I have D. And my son, who's older, who was already out doing his little thing. I was so concerned about my relationship with my husband that both of us really forgot about the kids. You know, I was so like, oh, you know, trying to, you know, I gotta make sure my man is pleased. I'm just being honest, you know, and I look over my daughter needs and Jay daughter needs, you know, I like, y'all just gonna have to make it work. But it wasn't fair to them for us to concentrate on our relationship and not focus on what they were feeling inside and what was really going on with them. And the issue that we had, you know, I see a lot of comments, you know, why did you wait 10 years? You know, it wasn't my time. And, you know, it was just like God said, it's time to let the world know, you know. So I couldn't put a time limit on it. And I just knew, you know, I'm on this show for a purpose, you know what I'm saying? And that purpose, one of those purposes was a lot of people are going through this and are ashamed to even talk about. This was hard for my family to reveal, you know, on national TV. You know, we're not doing 8 counts and Jay not flipping around every day. You know, we got real things going on, you know. And I knew that a lot of the girls' fans were really shocked that, oh my goodness, no, they the favorite. They still are the favorite. They still are the sweet little star, Sanjay, Sky, and D. But they're human, you know, and they will have issues. And of course, they're not going to reveal those issues in public because their dad instilled in them, you know, hey, you know, you're going to be respectful. This is what you're going to do. And
Right.
going to be, and so it kind of shocked the fans, but I want the fans to know they're human. My daughter's human. It's in this. Not only does she have feelings, they have feelings also. And the part of the you know, the show is edited, and my main thing was I need all the girls to speak, you know, and they only show I think Sky speaking, and I was like, it's very important for me to hear what I hadn't been listening for 10 years. I need to hear them speak, and they did speak, you know, did say what they was thinking also. And I didn't take it as, you know, a lot of people like, oh, she waited all these years and her daughter won't.
Right.
It's not about. It's about. It was time. It was God put me on this platform to reveal that to the world because somebody else is going through this, and for our family to heal.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some of those questions pertaining to that because I look at the comments.
Mm-hmm.
When did you notice like a shift in your daughter's relationship? Like you said, y'all have 5 kids together.
Mm-hmm.
But when did you like see something isn't right?
Well, actually, she came to me, Jay Evans, like maybe I met Jay, and I think my daughters was 6, and his girls were like 7 or 8. He was the full-time parent at that time, and you know, I didn't notice anything the first couple of years. My daughter would come tell me stuff, but I would brush it off. I'm like, girl, you know, I'm trying to love on Jay over here, you know, work it out. But and I do admit that I was wrong for that. I should have paid more attention and listened. And I fought me, you know, and like people say, yes, I'm gonna be the bigger person and say, yes, some of this is my fault because I should have listened to my daughter. You know, Jay and I should have had a conversation. We were so worried about our relationship that we didn't consider the girls' feelings. And it escalated, and as the years go on, you know, we saw little things, we're sweeping on the rug. No, that can't be JJ family. That can't be JJ and Sogucci family going through this. So we kind of swept it on the rug. It was very hard for my family to reveal this to the world. Even for Jay, we was like, what are they going to think of the girls? What are they going to think?
Right.
And I told him, we got to take the good, the bad with the ugly. You know, we got a platform. And I know it's hard, you know, for us to sit down. And I didn't know exactly how the conversation was going to go. You know, we just sit down and the camera and the producer said, like, go. And my daughter just started expressing her feelings. And I'm sitting over there teary-eyed and crying because I know I'm part of the problem. And You know, I know the girls were shocked too. They were hurting too. Not just my daughter. They were hurting. Jay and I looking dumbfounded. Like, I'm like, yeah, we the cause of this. We should have been talked about this and brought this up. But I just want people to know, you know, they're still the sweet Sunjay, Star, and Sky. D is still the sweet little D. I mean, they were little girls, and she was only expressing how she was feeling. Because I saw a lot of different comments, said different things, and it took a lot for my daughter to come up front and say that. And after the cameras was off and we were sitting by ourselves, and she said, you know what, Mom? I feel so much better. She said, I know we're in a state of healing, but I feel so much better that I got that off my chest. Because she was in a place that I didn't want her to be. Not only because, you know, there's other little things that my daughter had going on. And with this other thing with the girls, it's just a lot of stuff was on her. And she felt relieved to like, oh, okay, Mom, I got this off my chest. I know it's the beginning of healing. And I just like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I was so, I mean, and people like, it's your fault. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna take the blame. No, it's not my fault. Some of it is mine. We gotta communicate with our kids. And I should have told my daughter she was beautiful more, you know, that I love you. Another thing, I grew up in a time when my daddy provided a roof over my head, clothes on me. That was his way of saying I love you. He didn't verbally say I love you. I don't know what it is about black families back then, but if you got food on your table and a roof over your head, I love you. Today.
Get out of my head. That's one of the questions, and I'm glad you said it because that was one of my questions. I'm glad that you talked about this. Watching it made me feel like, because my family is like that, we don't address stuff. We have unresolved issues. And I was nervous even asking you about this, but I'm glad you shared it because a lot of Black families would feel like, I put a roof over your head, I gave you food, and I guess because of the time that they were dealing with, they did not know how to be affectionate. But you said it takes courage to actually sit there and express your feelings. Now, your daughter D, y'all, I'm gonna say y'all daughter because it's all y'all daughter, said in her solo confessional, after my mom met JJ, I think with me and my older brother, it kind of shifted towards JJ, Sunjay, and the twin Sky and Star. And it was really hard for her because she wanted a perfect family. She felt like she had to make things perfect with them, but at the same time leaving us behind. Now, when I watched it, I was wondering, how did your son feel about the episode, and did he ever express having any issues? Because he wasn't there, right?
He wasn't. My son didn't express, you know, how he felt about the episode. He would always, and he was a lot, you know, well, a couple years older than me, and it was like I was okay. You know, guys might I know guys have feelings too, but my son, like, oh, I'm going to play basketball. It's okay with me, you know. Like, well, there, Mama gone. Let's go do this or whatever.
Yeah.
By that, Jay and I we weren't cohabitating. We weren't staying together. I had my house and he had his. And some days, you know, I said, well, I'm going over Jay on the weekend. Do you want to go? She like, no, I don't want to go. So my son would stay there with her. And then and then I would go over Jay's house and help me with his girls. We do stuff. And I was like, now D is not. And Jay would say, why D didn't come with you? I was like, she didn't want to come. And I should have known there was a problem then, that she needed to talk about some things, you know, or I should have been, but I was so into him. And parents got to, in this day and time, you're going to marry, most of the time, you're going to marry somebody that's already got a child or something like that. And you just can't, you got to consider the kids' feeling, especially when they're young like that, you know. If they're older, well, you know, but they were really young, and I tried to blend them. We went to Disney World, we went to the water park, we did everything. We ate together, but you know, and she probably just felt like that because I mean, if she had a brother with her, she probably wouldn't have felt as bad if he was kind of tagging along with us. But it was 3 girls, and then there was her. And you know, and I'm not even sure. I don't think the girls know that she was actually feeling that way, like Sunjay said. And she said also, I'm so glad we had this conversation. It was a relief off the girls also. And I just know it was very hard. We were all nervous, you know, before it aired. You know, Jay was nervous, I was nervous, the girls was nervous, Dee was nervous, and I was like, we got to take the good, the ugly with the bad. You know, we got a calling on our life. I got this platform, and I promise you, somebody else out there is hurting. We, you know, we saved somebody's life, somebody's relationship, because my daughter had to seek help. But you know, I think my whole family needs to have around the table discussion with the therapist. You know, not only her. You know, I think we all need that help too, because that one episode didn't solve the problem. You know, I think it's going to have to take baby steps. And I do think we do need at some point to get a therapist to talk to everyone in the family.
Why do you think with Black people, I can only say from me being Black, we have this thing about, oh no, you can't go to therapy, or you can't tell people? Like, to me, it's a good thing. It helps put you in a better place. But it's like we're ashamed of it. Why do you think it's like that with us?
I think because just like I said, dating back to when I was growing up, and my parents, they thought like, hey, if you go to they call them a shrink. If you go to a shrink, you're crazy. So they can feel that in us, and it's really healthy. Me being a fitness trainer, it's healthy to go to a therapist and have someone to talk to. Even with me on this show, I need a therapist, not because something going on, but there's a lot of things coming from different ways, and I'm in the process of getting me a therapist just so I can sit down and kind of release and talk about things, because it's really a healthy step, and people need to realize that it's really healthy.
Yes, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I've been to a therapist twice in different points in my life, and they help me put things into perspective.
That's right. That's right. Just like somebody said, it's a sign. They think it's a sign of weakness. It's not. Actually, it's a sign of strong.
Now, I love that you spoke out on this, and like you said, you've been getting like feedback. Like, I posted I was gonna interview Gucci, and people. One lady was like, she didn't go hard enough for her daughter, and I'm like, to me, every parent does the best that they can. That's You're not gonna always get it 100%.
We're not perfect. We're not, and I admit, whoever that I didn't go hard enough, and I didn't go hard enough for my child, and now I'm going hard enough for her today. Hey, the therapy, not only her, but like I said, I'm going to get therapy. I want to talk to her therapy too. You know, I like, you got to get this, because her mental state just was all over the place. And she was a little girl, and then she still had to deal with not only JJ's daughter that are famous, already was famous because they was on a TV show. And she's she might have had feelings about that, even though she had a chance to do the same thing. She tried out for the dancing doll, she was on it, but that wasn't her. So she like, well, no, Mom, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, well, oh, that's fine with me. So, and I was like, well, I'm gonna support the girls and Jay, whatever they do. And maybe she was kind of feeling left out. I mean, it happens. You know, you got 3 kids that's, you know, a star on TV, and you have one that's not, but she's there. I mean, and people ask, I went to all the competitions and things like that. A lot of fans like, well, where'd she come from? I was there right there beside him. You know, saying hey, counts, go, cheering the girls on. But they didn't know. You know, I was that quiet storm over there on the side. But I was there. You know, people like, who is this lady right here? We know JJ and the girl, but now you know Sogucci.
Okay. And people, to me, fail to realize, even when you're not in a blended family, because I have cousins that have like sisters and brothers, they still feel like one child was the favorite, or, you know, different issues. So it just happens. Now, I'm going to ask you this last question on blended families, and then we're going to get to know Gucci more. But when I said in my review that I was talking to Gucci, I put it out there, my DMs, emails, you know, they were just like, ask Gucci this, ask Gucci this. Like, one of my homeboys, we ain't even cool no more. He called me, was like, I don't want to talk to you, but ask Gucci. I'm like, wait a minute now. So the #1 question everybody wanted to know is, do you and Selena get along?
Real cordial, you know, pass me the salt. Here's the salt, you know. There's no beef, you know. There's no beef between Selena and I, because I knew in order for me to have a relationship with her girls, I need to have a cordial relationship with her. You know, there might be some, I walk in a room, she might look at me double-eyed, I might look at her, you know. But other than that, we don't have any. I've never been confrontational with Selena. I've been in the same building with her, parties with her. Hey, how are you? I show her the same love. There's nothing like that. But I tread on thin waters because I got to set an example to the girls, because, if I'm over here hating on their mom or got beef with their mom, how they going to feel about me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to make sure I try to stay in my little lane. Everybody stay safe now because, but don't put you off, don't take my kindness for weakness. But I try not to be confrontational with her because the girl's looking and like, okay, now you can start something with my mom. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about you. And that, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? That's normal.
Yeah. So there y'all go. Y'all wanted to know. Now y'all know, but I cleared it up. Now we gonna get into the real estate and fitness. Now, so Gucci, every lady on the show to me has a title, and I had to give you one. Now Aikishia is the queen of Jackson. Latrice is the goddess because she has goddess length, the hair game. Marie is the empress. Marie Monroe, she be flicking her hair. Okay, Marie. Tamara is the midday diva. Now, Letitia didn't have one. I gave her the queen of brunches, but I demoted her to the princess because they go bad. After this week, I demoted her to the princess of easy bake ovens. Get it together, Letitia. But you are the queen of real estate and fitness because you got the combination like Mary J is the queen of hip hop soul. Now, if y'all need a house and you in Jackson, go to Sogucci, or if you need a summer home, go to Sogucci.
Right.
How long have you been a realtor, and what made you start in real estate?
You know what? It's always been a goal of mine to, I used to pray like, God, whatever job I have, I wanted to have a purpose. And I had been thinking about real estate for a while. Actually, just got into it like like 3 or 4 years ago. And and it's just something about seeing somebody purchase their first home. Being a part of that process is rewarding to me. It's not even about the money, but I love the money now. But it's just a bag that, oh my goodness, being I can help somebody find their first home. There are home buyer seminars that I have and that I'm currently scheduling one for fall, teaching people how to become home buyers, especially African Americans. Being a home buyer is very important, telling us what to do to be a home buyer. Make sure you have cash on reserve, your credit score, things to do or not to do. Do not be afraid of it. And it's not going to happen overnight. Just like you got to take baby steps to that ownership. I mean, that's the American dream. Everybody wants to own a home. Everybody wants to be healthy, whether they go get it added on, take it off, whatever, So I'm the best field. And then you see Sogucci at work. You see even you might see the other girls doing their thing, but you see me showing homes to Aikishia and trying to help Latrice find a building. I got some more stuff in the works. You guys gonna be surprised. I can't spill that tea right now. But you do see me in action. It took a minute for people to get used to me. They're like, she called herself Sogucci. I was like, roll off your tongue, but my name is Sogucci.
Yeah, Sogucci.
Right, baby. And, just being a staple here in Jackson, Mississippi in real estate. Real estate is so lucrative now. And I get a lot of questions. A lot of people inbox me, how to become a real estate agent? How do I become a real estate agent? And I'm going to have home buyer seminars to teach you how to purchase a home. And, people want to know how to become a real estate agent. Hey, and I can give you the gems on that too. Another question I don't know, you probably was going to ask me, but I'm not for sure. A lot of questions that I've seen was how you get picked for the show. Well, let me just tell you, Latrice and I are from the same hometown, 19, and just for the audience to know, me being consistent on Instagram with my fitness and with my real estate, and Latrice saw me doing my thing, and she knew we was from the same hometown. She's like, you know what, Sogucci and JJ be a great fit for Belle Collective, representing Jackson, Mississippi. You got to stay consistent on social media. Whatever your brand is, you got to promote it. Jay Evans, I still do set my alarm clock for 10:30 every day. Hey, it's time to post some real estate. It's time to post fitness. So I'm consistent with that. And people are watching. When you think people are not watching, they are watching. And that how the road to my success kind of started. And, you know, people want a nice looking real estate agent. And
you got it, Gucci.
So you got it. Do with it.
Now, this one, I want to ask, since you are a realtor, and you did touch on, because I was going to ask you about, like, some people say I got credit issues or they don't have enough money so they can come to your seminar classes and get educated. But for the people, I know a lot of people say, well, why should I even buy a house? I don't want to be worried about repairs or fixing stuff. What good is it going to do me?
I mean, being a homeowner, I mean, you want to have, like Jay and I got several homes, you know, and what we do is, a couple of our homes is passive income now, for one thing, you know. So we got 2 homes. I am a landlord too, you know, so we got everywhere. Being a homeowner, I mean, that is the American dream. I mean, you don't want to rent something, you're not going to own it, you know, one day. You want to be able to leave or something here for your kids or your spouse, you know, it's the thing that, hey, you know, my daddy instilled in me, hey, you don't want to rent all the time. You want to buy your home. Being a homeowner, you're proud of your home, something you own. You don't have to worry about your neighbors. You can do anything to it. And then if you don't want it, you can sell it and make money off of it. So I try to convince people, you know, instead of parking all those Mercedes at an apartment or something like that, parking on the garage, sis.
Get to a house. Like, I know I'm in Dallas now. And when I first came here in 2016, the prices were, you know, now they are through the roof. Like, you know where E&L is at? E&L Barbecue? Okay, if you took those houses and you know that area and brought it to Dallas, that would be like $250,000 and up here in Dallas. Yes, Gucci. Yes.
Wow. And you know what? That's why a lot of investors come. They stay in California and everywhere. They reach out to. They buy the houses here because it's cheaper, and they rent them out and renovate them, and they make money off of them. You know, so they're investors. So they like, okay, it's cheaper to buy a house in Mississippi and rent it out than to buy one, like you say, in Dallas or something like that, and they make bukus of money off of them.
Yes. So y'all go to Gucci and get you a house.
That's right. It's SophiaTheAgent.com. You can log on to that and look at the homes that I have. Also, I'm going to get certified in I'm trying Alabama, Dallas, and Atlanta. So it's taking a little minute, but I'm going to get certified in those states while able to sell in those states. I'm currently studying to be a broker, so I can open a brokerage. I guess Aikishia give me a little space down there on Ferry Street. I could building down there, you know. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, get it in Dallas. You will make a killing here. When I say it's like a seller's market, you will make a killing.
Right, I am. I'm just making baby steps. I got some things in the work, things that's you know in the works for me since I got this platform, and people have been reaching out to me. I want to thank Carlos for giving me that opportunity to be on the show. I know a lot of people like, well, she just throws shades, you know, but I had to get in there and learn first. You know, I had to learn somebody. Aikishia was like on the live yesterday. Gucci, they don't say nothing to you. They throw all the damn shots at me and you over in the corner. I'm like, damn, girl, you can't even talk about the girl place. You had these sit out. I'm like, look at this little front.
Now, I'm going to ask you about that. Let's get into your fitness. Because you are a certified personal trainer, right?
Correct.
What would be the benefits of somebody working with Sogucci versus going to somebody down on Terry Road that don't know what they're doing?
So one thing about me, let me tell you about my boot camps that make it different. Hell, we get drunk after boot camp. No. Now they ain't Andre. But my boot camps it's so different than any boot camp around here. Jay and I is currently looking for a building. But during the pandemic, what I would do was hold boot camp around my pool. It's something about water that's there. So we'll get all the girls together. We'll work out for like an hour. My son is a DJ. He'll play the little DJ song. Sometimes they get ratchet out there with their stuff. I'm like, wait, we gotta get, let me bring you together. After we get through with our boot camp, I serve them veggie tray, fruit trays, and then we drink a little champagne. Then we talk shit around food. It was so fun. The ladies would come, and then they started losing weight, and I would have door prizes. Like my next big event when I have my boot camp is going to be to benefit breast cancer. So what I'm going to do, all the proceeds going to go toward the Breast Cancer Society. I'm going to give away, everybody wear pink. It's really fun. I'm going to give away door prizes. So I try to make fitness fun, you know, and get in their head, because it'll get boring if you like doing the same old thing every day. Yeah. If it's Halloween, we all wear Halloween costumes. You know? I even took them to I took my boot camp to the beach. We did a boot camp on the sand. We went to Stone Mountain. We did a boot camp in we climbed Stone Mountain. Boot camp retreat is going to be in the mountains, where it's going to be like a retreat. We're going to eat healthy. We're going to bag. We're going to talk some shit. We're going to do exercise. We're going to drink. We're going to leave them damn husbands at home. I mean, we like to travel and stuff. So, and they like, and I'm fun, you know. But they have seen results. My client lost 20 and 30 pounds. That's the highest they have lost. And I do one-on-ones. We get up like 6 in the morning. I have like two 6 a.m. classes, one on a Monday, one on a Wednesday. We get up, we hit the ground running. This morning we burnt like 524 calories. And who the hell is this behind me? Who in the hell is this behind me?
It's JJ.
Get out of here.
You know you like that gin on Halloween.
Let's get out of here.
Like that gin on Halloween. Yeah.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can say something about Halloween, didn't you?
Get on.
JJ, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on, baby? Say something's in the house.
I didn't know you was gonna come over here.
JJ said he had to pop up on us, baby, like the king of spades.
I know, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Gucci, y'all are hilarious. Now, if somebody is not there in Mississippi, do you have like DVDs, or can they like Zoom a session with you?
I'm working on my Zoom, and they can book a Belle for a boot camp. You know, I'll tell my dog. I will come to you. I got my DJ. I'll bring the food, the whatever. You know, we do an hour of cardio. I'll have my merchandise with me. I sign autographs. So you can book a Belle for a boot camp. My website is currently under construction. It should be up and running in about another week or so. We can buy my merchandise. I have meal plans on there. And I'm going to start my Zoom training also. So I got a lot of stuff I got going, you know, doing my real estate and the fitness, but it all works out, you know, for the good, because it's helping somebody. So yes. So I will.
So y'all, you can get a house and you can get your fitness game stepped up. Now, your confessionals are hilarious. And I don't know if you know one of my favorites. I love them all. But this one right here, if it's his baby, let him raise his own goddamn baby. Gucci. Like,
I'm just going to say it like it is. I mean, quit sugarcoat talking about you going to help take care of baby. JJ bring a baby here. Baby, I don't let that blend, because I'm going to be looking at that baby like, I don't know. This not finna work. No bastard ass baby up in here.
oh my God. When y'all are doing these confessionals, do they just ask you? My friend Shady, he said, get that website right. Don't be like Sheree. No, Gucci is about to be.
Don't take 14 years.
How do you roll out? Do they just question y'all about certain stuff and y'all just start talking in the confessionals? Because when I say you are hilarious, I be dying.
I know when I first started, okay, I don't understand the assignment. I drank me a little drink for real now. I was like, I got to give it to these ladies, because I don't know what the hell they're saying about me. I won't know. I'm already have my shit already out there because I'm just like I'm already gonna have it because you don't know what they're saying. You don't know it, so you gotta come with it because you when you see the episode about 10 minutes, you're like, damn, I should have said that. Damn, I should have said that.
Now, you said this in regards to the sister vention about Tamara. Tamara, you couldn't figure out the difference between shade and shaded. Girl, it's the same damn thing. What were you thinking when all this was going on at the table, and how did you feel about the sister vention? Because I was like, this why Letitia, I demoted you to the princess of Easy Bake Ovens because it was a lie.
Oh my goodness, the sister vention. I know Tamara had good intentions of the sister vention, but I knew that she kind of started a lot of it, and she had to straighten it out. So I was like, okay, Tamara, you can try to straighten it out, but you getting all our ass together, I don't know. When she started banging on the table, I'm like, Tamara, shade is shade. It is, Aikishia did share some stuff with Tamara. I didn't think she meant for her to go tell the other girls. And I wouldn't even on the meeting when they had before the show aired, when they met and had dinner and things like that. That's really, I'm kind of looking like, what happened? I didn't know all this stuff had transpired. And allegedly, they said Aikishia called the girls ugly. I'm like, well, hell, she wasn't talking about me because I wasn't on season 1, so I know it wasn't about me. So let me set my ass back here and just. But it was a lot, and I think Tam was Latrice Fowler, but yeah, West Side Tam.
West Side, baby.
Tam banged on that table, and that little hat was doing. That should have had a. I was imagining her ass with a hat. I can't. But she had a hat. She had a hat. I was like, oh shit. Tam been cut up. She was really upset. I understand what Tamara was trying to do. Let's just lay it all on the table. Let's have this sister venture. Almost like family me. It might get a little heated, but we need to put all this shit on the table to get it resolved.
Listen, I don't think y'all need to, for a while, y'all don't need to do nothing with y'all meet out over food. Because them restaurants going to see y'all come be like, here come them damn bells, baby. Now, you touched on this, and this is what I want to ask. You have not really been in any drama so far with the ladies. Why do you think you haven't? Or do you think they're going to see them solo confessions and be like, damn, Gucci got my ass?
Yeah, so what happened was, I was like, when I first entered in, the brunch was the first time the girls got together. I was like, okay, I had already peeped out when I got the part for the show. I'm going to have a problem with Marie ass. Ready for her. I said, I ain't gonna have a problem with Latrice. I said, Letitia came off a little, she showed her, she came really out this season. So I didn't even think I was going to have a problem with her. I was like, okay, I'm ready for Marie. Aikishia was like, is that your government name? This bitch I'm going to have a problem with right here. Right here. I was like, but it ended up, it's so funny. I didn't have a problem. I got actually closer to Aikishia doing filming and things like that. I got really close with her, and I had one scene with Marie. It didn't make the cut. Now they have that edit and everything, but Marie was very pleasant too. And I was kind of learning the girls, and now I was like, damn, won't nobody fuck with Sogucci? I'm ready, but everybody like, well, Sogucci just saying her little confessionals, but I heard somebody say, hell, they didn't want to mess with you because your name's Sogucci. Hell, they were like, fuck.
You killed them confessionals. Now, you hit the runway and rocked the runway, and you look good, and JJ made it rain. That was hilarious. What was you thinking? Because when you came out, you was like, it kept rocking.
Fast, I'm like, Lord, I hope a pole don't drop from this ceiling. I'm gonna keep that and move on their ass. I thought that Jay was behind me on stage, and before I went to rehearsal before we actually did the runway, and Kim, you go this way, that way. I'm trying to remember the damn rap, and here go Jay behind. I was trying to walk. Mel was walking fast. I was damn near running on that damn stage. I was like, let me hurry and get the hell off this stage. None of the other bells want to walk. They were like, nah, Gucci, you walk. We ain't walking.
But you look good. Mel look good too. I was like, wait a minute. Were you nervous about putting your marriage on the show? Because a lot of times couples will do reality show and it can be a strain. You're sharing like your life with JJ, you're sharing your kids to the world, and we can see it and say Gucci shouldn't have did this or that. But were you nervous initially about once you decided to do the show?
I was nervous. As soon as I knew that I had the part, I went into meditation and praying. You know, I am a godly being. I went into meditation and praying because I know, you know, reality TV can break up families, you know, and I was like, okay, but we was chosen for a reason. Like that scene that we had on the couch, it was tough afterwards. We was kind of like, didn't know, it put a strain on my family. You know, once it aired, and I was like, we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it, you know. And it is. You do have to go into reality TV thinking, hey, you know, this could do something to my relationship, you know. So I was praying and meditating before I got on TV and like, okay, Lord, you know, you gave me this platform. I don't want to break up my marriage, my family, you know, whatever is going to be exposed, it's going to be for my good, you know, and to make my family stronger and better.
Yeah. And I think with this episode, we got to know Gucci, the mom, the wife more. And like I said, I loved it because my family, we got shit from, I'm 41 and they still talk about, we used to be so close. I'm like, when? We got unresolved shit that we don't talk about. So, you know, when we see each other, we're like, hey, but it's fake to me because we don't address it.
And that's what my daughter said, Mama, we're not doing the fake stuff. We got to be real. I'm like, you're right. You know, she tell me, Mama, can't be fake. She keep my ass in line.
But I appreciate that, Gucci. So I thank you for sharing that. Now, I asked Aikishia this question. I'm going to ask you now. I know y'all can't give away the details, but we know the reunion was filmed. Can you at least say, are we going to get like the juice we want and our minds going to be blown with this reunion? Can you tell us, is it going to be good or is it going to be like,
Oh, it's going to be good. Some shit was revealed on the reunion that I didn't freaking know. I'm like, damn, y'all holding all this in? I was like, oh my goodness. I was like this the whole time. I mean, you're going to hear, it was some crying, some laughing, some almost people, it was like, it was all types of emotions was in that reunion. Of course, it was Aikishia and I first reunion. And I'm telling you, that meme that Carlo posted, it was correct about that. It was like fire. And I heard him say on the podcast, he rated our reunion one of the top 3 reunions that he's done or seen. So I was like, wow.
Come through, Bells. Now this show needs to be #1, and we need more episodes. Like we need 20 episodes.
That's right. We need it. I think we're bringing it this year. Hopefully we get another season and you guys will see us again. You can get more into Sogucci. You know, hopefully we won't come back with the dirty plates if we come back. Maria have a new wig. Maybe she'll have a pink wig. Hell, I don't know.
Now they love their wigs. Now I get tickled out of Marie because did you see the thing? I posted one too. I'm guilty. But the thing of like He-Man and then when they was like George Washington. Now I like it. But now people want to know this though because you and JJ are funny. Would y'all still stay on the show but do a spin-off show like together?
I mean, it just depends on what opportunities out there. I know I love the Belle Collective because it gets to show, you know, successful women here in Jackson, Mississippi doing their thing. And people want to know, you know, when they think about Mississippi, they think of little old shacks, they be riding on horses and buggies. But when they see us, you know, living this lifestyle, they like, wow, you know, I didn't know Mississippi was like that. So love the show. Maybe we can get some other things in works, but I would always, you know, Belle Collected is #1 because it's the one that Carlos gave me a chance to display my talent, my family, and my reality on TV. So I'm always pay homage to him for that.
Yes, baby. Now, this is my last question. And before I ask this, I want to thank you so much for doing this because you ain't even have to do this.
You.
You just are like amazing to me. I love your energy. I love Aikisha's. But what I do love is that, you know, we get the entertainment, but I love that you touched on, like I said, the blended family. I love that Aikisha touched on like the infertility, the trees with the baby, like, do I have a baby? Don't I have a baby? Even Marie, we're seeing the softer side of her, like the softer side of Sears. And Letitia, even her, because people don't realize infidelity is something that happens in a lot of marriage. And your friends might not talk about it, but they crying listening to Sade wondering where they damn man is.
That's right.
But what do you want people to know about Sogucci? Because we watch the show and we might pass our opinions. What do you want people to really know about you?
Well, I want people to know that there are layers to Sogucci. You know, there is the serious side to Sogucci. There's the shady side, the serious side, the emotional side, the spiritual side. You know, I want them to know me. You know, I can, the stories or the things that I'm going to, it's relatable. You know, I'm human. And I want them to know, you know, there's different sides. I can rock the runway, or I can do I can sell a house. Maybe we can do 100 birthdays. You know, there's different layers. You know, and I'm glad that I have two professions that people are really interested in that I can showcase on national TV.
Yes. And how many more episodes are left? Can you tell us that? 7.
Maybe 3 more, unless they added something else I didn't know about. You know, because we filmed a lot. We got a bunch of scenes. I'm like, man, I was cute in that scene. Why they put that scene on there? So I'm not for sure if they're going to put that together and create some more episodes, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm excited watching it every Friday. I'm sitting down like I hadn't seen, because they let us see a couple of them before, you know, the reunion, just for us to see what's going to transpire. But they could possibly add it some more, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, well, I hope it's more. So Gucci, I want to thank you, and tell them again, if y'all need to buy a house or you need a vacation home, where can they hit you up at for a house?
Okay, if you want to buy a house, a vacation home, hit me up at SophieTheAgent.com. You can also hit me up on my Instagram, which is Sogucci 007 official. Also on Twitter, I do check my inboxes. Hit me up. Even if you're out of state, I have I work for Keller Williams right now, but I have people in all different states that I can refer you out to. But I am in the midst of kind of getting my brokerage license, open up my own brokerage. So you can reach out to me if you want me to have a home buyer seminar, or just wanted me to drop some gems on how to become a homeowner or how to become a real estate agent. Or, you know, you want to book a Belle for a boot camp. I'm bringing the Belle. No, I'm bringing the Andre. My fine ass son with me. I already know y'all say, oh, look at Gucci fine ass son. I'm bringing my fine ass son to do the DJ.
Gucci, them women in them comments, when they saw him, I was like, now y'all thirsty as hell. They was, oh my God.
He was like, what they say, mama? What they say, mama? I like cougars too.
they was growling, baby.
I was like, I gotta get him on that screen a little bit more, because baby, he look good on our son.
And what do you call your fans? Is it the Gucci Glams or
the Gucci Glams? My Gucci Glams.
Okay, so y'all, that's the name. I'm one of them. Thank you again so much for this. This will be on YouTube, but Gucci's information will be listed in the description. So buy a house, buy a summer house, get your body together. I might have to join you on the Zoom, baby, because I still got COVID weight and my neck is thicker than a sneaker. So thank you. Thank you so much, Gucci, and I cannot wait to see this new episode. And I love the whole thing, and you and your family. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Much success to you too, Jay Evans. And anything that I can do to help promote you and what you're doing, let me know. I try to share everything you every time you do a review, I'm gonna share. Even if I'm still gonna share because I love you.
Thank you, Gucci.
You're welcome.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.